She used to run errands with bare feet and a shy smile. By the time the truth came out, she was already dying, and the man responsible lived 3 houses away. In that neighborhood, mornings arrived the same way every day. The sun climbed over rusted roofs, the air filled with the smell of boiling water and frying oil, and children's footsteps echoed between narrow buildings. People greeted one another without really looking. Life was hard, but it was familiar, and familiarity has a way of making people careless. Zainab lived in a single room at the edge of the compound, with walls thin enough to hear other people's lives through them. She was 10 years old, small for her age, with eyes that watched more than they spoke. Her parents had waited many years for her. When she was born, her mother said God had finally remembered them. When she learned to walk, her father said his legs felt stronger just watching her. She was their only child, their answered prayer, their reason to keep going even when the days were cruel. But prayers do not pay rent, and love does not buy food. So Zainab worked in the quiet ways poor children work. She fetched water before school. She swept yards for neighbors. She ran messages without complaint, because she had learned early that usefulness was a form of safety. Adults smiled at her when they needed her and forgot her when they didn't. She did not belong to the world of children who played loudly in the street. She belonged to the world of people who endure. 3 houses away lived a man everyone knew, and no one truly knew at all. He was about 50, solid, well-dressed, always clean. His voice was calm. His greetings were polite. His family lived in another city, people said. His work was in Lagos. He came and went, never causing trouble, never drawing attention. Men respected him. Women trusted him. Children were told to greet him properly. In places like that, respect is often given to silence and money. And he had both. When he asked Zainab to help, buy bread, wash plates, clean the front of his room, no one objected. Why would they? He paid her sometimes. He spoke gently. He lived nearby. People believe that danger announces itself. They forget that the most dangerous things arrive quietly and stay that way. At first, nothing seemed wrong. Then small things began to disappear. Zainab's laughter went missing. Her steps slowed. She stopped looking people in the eye. She flinched when spoken to sharply. Her mother noticed bruises once, faint and yellowing. Zainab said she had fallen. Children lie easily when the truth feels like a punishment. Weeks passed, then months. Zainab began to complain of pain she couldn't explain. Her appetite faded. She slept badly, twisting in dreams she never described. Her mother prayed harder. Her father blamed sickness, stress, evil spirits, anything except the thing no one wants to imagine. When Zainab's body began to change, people noticed and whispered. In poor communities, whispers are cheaper than action. Someone suggested herbs. Someone said maybe it was swelling from food. Someone else said it was none of their business. The man 3 houses away kept greeting everyone as usual. He kept his door closed. He kept his life intact. The day everything collapsed did not feel important at first. Zainab was sweeping when the pain hit her so suddenly she screamed. Blood soaked the ground beneath her feet. Neighbors gathered in confusion, then panic. Her mother ran barefoot. Her father carried her, shaking, begging the road to open faster. At the hospital, time slowed into something cruel. Doctors spoke in low voices. A nurse avoided eye contact. Then a sentence fell into the room like a dropped plate, sharp and irreversible. The child was pregnant, 10 years old. The sound her mother made was not a scream. It was something older, something broken loose from the chest. Her father slid down the wall and covered his face, as if hiding could undo what had already been said. Outside, traffic passed. People laughed. The world continued, indifferent. Labor lasted hours. Zainab cried until her voice failed. Her body fought against pain it was never meant to know. She asked for water. She asked for rest. She asked for her mother again and again. Machines beeped. Doctors tried. Time refused to be kind. By morning, Zainab was gone. The baby did not survive. 2 lives ended in one silent room. When the parents returned home, the house felt unfamiliar. Everything was still there. The mat, the plates, the small clothes folded neatly. But the air was wrong. It felt hollow, like a place that had forgotten how to hold sound. Neighbors came with condolences and left with relief that the tragedy was not theirs. Questions finally found their voice. Who did this? Who touched her? Who destroyed a child and went back to sleep at night? Memories sharpened. The errands, the money, the time Zainab spent alone, the man 3 houses away. The police went to his room. It was empty. No clothes, no phone, no trace. He had vanished as cleanly as he had lived among them. Some said he returned to Lagos. Some said he left the country. Some said powerful people know how to erase themselves. Days turned into weeks. Weeks into months. No arrest came. No justice followed. The case became another story people lowered their voices to discuss, then eventually stopped mentioning it all. Life, after all, demands attention elsewhere. Zainab's parents buried their only child in a coffin too small to deserve that weight. Her mother stopped selling vegetables. Her father stopped speaking much at all. Their house became a place people avoided, because grief makes others uncomfortable. It asks questions no one wants to answer. The neighborhood returned to routine. Children ran errands. Men were greeted respectfully. Doors closed at night. Silence did what it always does. It covered the truth just enough for people to breathe again. But some tragedies do not end when the burial ends. They continue in what is not said, in what is not questioned, in what is allowed. Because the real horror was not only that a man harmed a child, it was that he did so surrounded by people who trusted him more than they protected her. It was that poverty made her visible only when she was useful and invisible when she was hurting. It was that the warning signs were seen, named, and ignored. Somewhere, tonight, another child is being sent on an errand. Another door is closing quietly. Another neighborhood is telling itself that nothing is wrong. And the most painful truth of all is this: monsters do not always hide in darkness. Sometimes they live next door,